Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Okay, it's Sunday the 6th of June. I can see Lily there underneath my arm, look. Okay, I spy a calico cat. Okay, let's do our Sunday service. I've already got a selection of cards. We've got messages from heaven, the Archangel Oracle cards, the Lover's Oracle. Oh look, they're craving to be used. Angel prayers, the Enchanted map, and we seem to have the Witch's Tarot, which is absolutely fine. Okay, let's kind of order are we doing this in? We can start with them. Interesting. We can have a look at this. Okay. The layout on here, it's called a four card special. This is a simple spread for a quick overall look at the situation. Okay, so we want 4 cards. Let's just get 4 cards first. Oh, hold on, they've clammed up. I thought they were craving to be used. Okay. Maybe we'll come back to them. What the card interpretations were going to be of them 4 cards was the past influences of the situation, the now, how the situation is affecting you now, and the future, possibilities for the future about 6 months, and then the outcome indicates the overall message, lesson, a culmination of everything examined. So we could work on this, couldn't we? Let's get 4 cards then. Jeez, it's like they're not wanting me to do this spread. Are you wanting me to do this spread or not? Okay. But don't guide me somewhere and then kind of change your mind. Okay. There's a nervousness. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not looking at the bottom of the deck. Right, okay, this is the past energy. Past influences of the situation. This is really good. The past influences of the situation. The Divine Masculine has he's gained a positive mental state of being. This is what the past, the influence has had on him. He's happy. Come on, get up, everybody. I don't know what that's got to do with happy, but he's got up happy. Come on, get up, everybody. So there's this real growth here. So the past influences has allowed your Divine Masculine to grow up. Looks like a little boy here, but he's grown up. Oh, did you see that sun? It's aligned. The Divine Masculine is aligned with what? The moon. I haven't got the moon card, but as soon as we got 2 cards, and I felt it's for both the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. Well, I feel like you've become one. You've got the Feminine's High Priestess power. I'm going to say that this is the past influence. This is the influence that you've had on the Divine Masculine. Now she's holding a scroll here. normally that's the Torah that she's holding. Now the Torah takes me to, in the Wheel of Fortune, the letters of the Wheel of Fortune, which spells Torah, but also it could spell tarot. So I feel as if the past influences of spiritual guidance, tarot, tarot to go. But I don't feel like I'm using that deck, but I was taken to like the tarot to go. So I'm feeling the energy of, we're going to have to say tarot. Black magic. It's not black magic. Yeah, well, it's the unknown. Okay. You've helped to guide the Divine Masculine on which way to go. So a positive mental attitude. Look, he's got his positivity pants on here. That's all you can see is his pants. Okay. And what a good boy I am. I am. So he knows that he is a good boy. This is good energy to have come out. For the past influences of the situation. The Divine Feminine has influenced the Divine Masculine into happiness. Now let's go to the Lover's Oracle. The interesting energy here is that the masculine's actually an angel. The Divine Feminine's here, she's like laying on a bed of feathers. Well, it's not, it's just like air. It's very angelic. It took me to like cloud 9. Now she's asleep here with thoughts of love. I want to say that this is the feminine's intuition here. So it's your positive thoughts. They've transmuted onto the Divine Masculine here. Now the energy here of you being healed, Divine Feminine, okay, by an angel. I felt the energy that the Divine Masculine, it's like he's happy. The energy is that he sent an angel in to take care of you in his absence, to fill that void. Now that could be through a cat. It's through something, or it's not. It's something that's living and breathing. But there's love that's being sent. But I'm feeling, well, this is the past energy, so we'll have a look at the now shortly. It's going to be soon, guys, because this is the energy of him coming in to fill his own void. Okay, so he's grown up, but we're talking about the past influences. So it looks like you've been healed. Okay, let's read the message. Oh, it says healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel the relationship. Okay, it says feel your relationship being healed this very moment. This connection's healed, guys. Okay, let's have a look into the now. How the situation is affecting you now. And that's where the energy, I felt as if it won't be long before the Divine Masculine comes in to fill his own void. Okay, let's have a look at the current energy. So how the situation is affecting you now. Here's the Divine Masculine. I'm picking up a really, I don't know what nationality I want to say, whether it would be like, it's Oriental, I feel. So I feel like he's been studying the Oriental arts. Oh, I'm now being taken to like origami. So whether or not you've received, there's dragonflies that are on his boat. He's on his way, but you can't really see him because he's like shielded by these swords here. Now I'm feeling as if the light would reflect off of these swords. You've got to remember that he's all lit up there. So he's shining so brightly. A bit shaky. Okay, he's on his own and he's coming. Okay, he's not rushing. He's got his paddle there. Okay. Now, in the distance, in the water, is that a little ship there? Just here. It's like a speck. In the energies of having spectacles. Okay. A spec. Oh, okay. So he's making a spectacle of himself, or he's made a spectacle of himself. That's the kind of energy of when someone's embarrassed. Now, with the Six of Swords, when I first learned to read the tarot cards, the Six of Swords in the Rider-Waite kind of shows that there's like two hooded figures in the boat, and there's a masculine who's taking them somewhere, but everyone's kind of like hidden. It's as if it's the energy of, I just really want to forget about everything that's happened, and I'd rather just like disappear, not into the night, it's like disappear into the light. So wanting to forget about the past here. It's it feels like it's been a bit of a show, a spectacle of things. I want to just have a look at the definition of that. When you make a spectacle of yourself, make a spectacle of yourself. I felt it was going to change the word spectacle to skeptical when you're skeptic. Okay, then I'm taken to septic when something's septic. Okay, now, made a spectacle of yourself. Draw attention to oneself by behaving in a ridiculous way in public. She was making a spectacle of herself with her childish outbursts. Or he. Feels the energy of a he-she. Feel the divine masculine here. Well, it's an incorporation of feminine masculine energy instead of having the moon, which, you know, would, in this tarot, suggest maybe secrets. And also the moon card this is quite interesting. Because whenever I use this deck, and I said I'm using it, I always feel the karmic energy here. Now she represents the moon energy. So for us to have the sun and the moon, it would have to give me this card, which they know would draw me to a negative energy. Okay, it'll take me straight to the karmic. But instead, it's taken me to, I want to say, because I made mention of the tarot, instead it's taken us to the witch's tarot's companion. The tarot's companion, which is the high priestess. So there's no karmic, not negative karmic in this picture. That's been cleared, that's been healed. And I feel like for both of you. Did it say that she made a spectacle of herself in public? So is that the karmic made a spectacle of herself in public? Well, this masculine's on his own. And I'm picking up the energy now. The only time really I'm picking up the energy is that he's left the karmic because she's made a spectacle. It's either she's made a spectacle of herself, but she's made maybe a spectacle of him and embarrassed the divine masculine here. So that's how the situation is affecting him now. He's grown up. I feel like this could have been a rub-off of the immature feminine behaviour here. And anyway, this has all been changed around because I picked up that he's grown up now, even though he looks young and radiant. Let's have a look at the now. Some more about the now. Oh, here she is. So now you can actually see why the guard's up, because it would be keeping out the karma. So the divine masculine's protected here. All of the swords are actually in the boat. So he's not holding any swords, but he's being protected. Definitely the energy of Archangel Michael here, protecting the divine masculine. It's like he's keeping his eye on you. I do feel like this little speck in the distance here is you, divine feminine. He has his eye on you. You can't see him coming just yet. And I want to say because of this feminine, he's being a bit cautious. He's still needing to be a bit careful. So it's like he's out of the woods or out of the fog. But things are still a little bit eerie around this feminine. This is the current energy, how the situation is affecting you now. I feel like, because of the pitchfork here, I feel like she has, I felt a speech that she wanted to pitch. So she has some things that she has that this feminine here, clear your throat. She's wanting to clear her throat and get a few things off of her chest. Okay. I feel like it's more verbal abuse. This is more of the black magic energy here when I said it's not black magic. But negativity very much has a very potent energy attached to it. And if you allow those negative thoughts to get into your mind, then they could be quite torturous. Especially seeing as we're looking at swords, which is to do with like mental conflict. And this masculine here is going towards peace. So he's trying to block out here all the mental conflict that this moon energy brings in. And then we have the divine feminine here. Okay, divine feminine, look how protected you are. So you can see the karmic energy is in between both of you. She's getting, the current energy is that it feels like she's a little bit of a block. She can't hurt you though. You and the divine masculine are very much protected here. Divine feminine all the way around, because you're not aware of anything that's going on. Okay, your hands are tied. There's nothing that you can do, divine feminine. This is the divine masculine and his karma. Okay, his karma. Him making his life karma. And I mean that like starting with a C, not a K. It's not okay for the divine masculine. He's wanting a more peaceful life. But he needs to be able to, I feel like he's going around it. So he's going to go around this feminine. So it's like he finds another way. And you're both protected here. With the Eight of Swords, divine feminine, you're in this ring of protection. It's like you're in the purple flame. Lilac. Okay. Violet. You're enlightened. So it took me to, for one, I've got my cup, which it's taken me to the colouring, but it's taken me to Violet from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Violet, you're turning violet. So it's like divine feminine, you are enlightened. You've turned like into this enlightened being here. Interesting, because I can see that there's like the two towers. So like they could be two cups. The Two of Cups really on top of this castle here. I'm feeling this is what the divine masculine's looking out for, the signs. It's like to find your location. He's locating you. So you're going to be somewhere like over here in this far corner. Okay. But there's definitely direction and signs for the masculines here. Because there's something like really small just bopping in the water here. Like whereabouts he's got to go. So this is the now energy, what's going on. The divine masculines finding a way to get around this. To see, look, the wolves are right there. It's like they have every direction covered. But divine's directing this one. Masculine's not blindfolded. He can see where he's going. The divine feminine, you are in the unknown. Let's get a lover's oracle. Oh, okay. Balance, guys. It's falling onto the floor. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. Look at the yin-yang here. So I'm feeling the energy of the divine masculine wanting to support you, divine feminine. But this is it's a challenging situation. It's about give and take. Giving and receiving. Okay, I feel like the divine masculine's overgiven. So have you, divine feminine. So it feels the energy of you both needing to receive. balance. Love is not always about agreeing for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So the current energy, as you can see, is the Divine Masculine is trying to bring in balance. You just need to be compassionate, Divine Feminine. That there are some obstacles that are wanting to try and block this. They're wanting to, whether or not they will. They're up against the gods' direction. The gods? How many gods? So it takes me to like Greek mythology with the gods helping. There's definitely so much protection here. Should we have a look at the Greek mythology and see who these gods are? Okay, this connection is for God's sake. Every time you catch yourself saying that, for God's sake, okay, know that what you're doing is you're needing to do it for God's sake, for the greater good. Let's go to the Greek mythology. Let me put this down, how they were. This is the masculine bringing in the balance here. You can see the colourings, wanting to be grounded. Feels like the energy of she's actually grounded him in two ways, okay? Gave him the contrast to actually focus on his own survival and getting out of this, but also the block. It's like kind of grounding someone, so every time that the masculine tries to, I don't know, pursue, it felt like future progression, let's say that. Lots of words were coming out. This was stumping this masculine's growth. Okay, so it felt like he was a child, being grounded, being told off. Scorned like a child. Let's have a look at the Greek mythology. Let's have a look at what energies around the masculine. So let's have another look at what this now position means, how the situation is affecting you now. Divine Masculine, you've got wealth. Now, I said about it stopping your future growth, and she has the cornucopia here. I've put them in reverse. She has the cornucopia here. Now, if I put it back in reverse, it's coming straight to you, Divine Masculine. But it's like your legacy. And it's your legacy to share with the Divine Feminine. So if you're not sharing, it means you're not caring, okay, towards the Divine Feminine. So sharing is caring. If you've got the legacy and you're not choosing to progress in life and use that for mission work with the Divine Feminine, this is your money, your wealth, your abundance, your legacy, your prophecy, whatever you want to call it. You will have a block. They're not going to give you money, Divine Masculine, if you're then going to give it to this feminine. So there'd just be no money. Which means in the end she might get frustrated, but you've got nothing to give her. And the reason you've got nothing to give her is because you're not allowed to give her any more. I know me myself, I'm going through this, where I know that, you know, if I carry on giving my children everything and sharing all of it without kind of keeping a portion to myself, then they stop the flow. So I have to like stop the block, or I should put a block in the flow, which obviously affects their life because they were kind of receiving. It was out of balance. They were receiving too much in comparison to what they were giving to the situation. I hope that makes sense. So if there's a block and you're feeling as if like you're not on a lucky streak at the moment, it's because how would you spend the money? You will have enough, okay? Divine counterparts, you have everything that you need. But now it's time for you to go after everything that you want as well. And you need money and wealth for that, and stability and security within each other. So you've got Plutus with you, Divine Masculine. If people just take from you, okay, and you allow that, because being beautiful souls, of course we want to be providers, carers, and what's mine is yours attitude. But it's different when it's like what's mine is yours and what's yours is yours. That energy, that doesn't work. There has to be an equal give and take. So let's have a look at Plutus. Even lottery winners continue to buy tickets, proving that all of us would appreciate a little windfall now and again. The ancient Greeks would appeal to kindly Plutus, their god of wealth, who was always depicted with a large overflowing cornucopia or horn of plenty. We are told that Zeus removed the sight of Plutus so that he would distribute his gifts blindly without any regard for appearance, and those who came across him and flung open their doors would have great wealth bestowed upon them. Okay, so those that open their doors to, let's say, Plutus. I said the masculine doesn't have a blindfold on. When this was first originally done, okay, so many of us have had a delivery of wealth at some point, and you can go back and look at how you actually chose to invest that money. Did you invest it in yourself, or did you invest it in material stuff or others? So it's good to kind of have a look, because most of us have already had a delivery of money. And now I feel like that's a delivery of money to get out of your system. So when I first had money, which an amount that I'd never ever had before, coming from quite a poor background, I spent it on treating others on holidays and going on holidays and buying a sports car and all nice clothes and all nice furniture for the house. I had a good time. Now, would I do things the same next time around? No. That's all out of my system. I don't really want any material items, or it's kind of like I've been there and done that. So have a look at when you get your next delivery of, because it mentions even lottery winners continue to buy tickets. Because when we have money, do we always invest it really wisely? I think it just depends on our state of being, our environment, what the circumstances are like. Okay. And I don't want you to kind of look at that as like a negative thing, because everything's meant to be. So it's like if I had put that money into, say, a business, then there's a strong chance that business may not have survived because of the pandemic that we were going through and how it affected businesses. So I kind of go, phew, thank goodness I've done all that travelling, because people can't travel now. So it's how you look at it. Okay. So it's not about having regrets. There's no regrets. It's just about how would you do things next time round. Because even lottery winners continue to buy tickets, proving that all of us would appreciate a little windfall now and again. The ancient Greeks would appeal to kindly Plutus, their god of wealth, who was always depicted with a large overflowing cornucopia or horn of plenty. So I feel this is people looking like for charity to the Divine Masculine for some money, some wealth. Because the ancient Greeks would appeal kindly to Plutus, who was always depicted with a large overflowing cornucopia or horn of plenty. There's enough to go around, and it's just this energy of always sharing. We are told that Zeus removed the sight of Plutus so that he would distribute his gifts blindly, without regard for appearance, and those who came across him and flung open their doors would have great wealth bestowed upon them. Okay. There's also this energy about people that have kind of shut the door on the divine counterparts after they have been so generous. Okay, there is, for those people, this is how the law of karma works. It's like they're going to be having maybe some balancing going on with their checks. Because people that flung open the door and welcome you as divine beings, because you're not actually counterparts at the moment. Well, you are, but you're not together. You're both kind of living your separate lives. And now we're clearing up the way. Because you do not want people leeching off of your divine money when you do come into union. And you're having to pay others' greed. But your blindfold's off here, so you can clearly see what's going on. Many of us unconsciously limit our wealth by having a poor mental image of how much we think we are worth. Or we absorbed early teachings that frowned on wealth. In this way, we prevent the arrival of the universal flow of abundance at our door. It is now time to open your heart to infinite wealth of Plutus without fear or guilt. Be open to receiving money in any way it wants to find you, for it helps no one if you are poor. Also, a very poor mindset is picking up on the mental attitude here. Unconsciously, we limit our wealth by having a poor mental image of how much we think we are worth. Billions. And you know that you're worth so much, and you're not going to get there if you're just continuously giving it away to those who are not worthy. It's a very interesting message for the Divine Masculine. Let's have a look at the Divine Feminine. You've got nature, Pegasus. Look. This is about nature being your provider. Okay, you are provided for. So there is no lack, and you have everything that you need. When you think about it, you have everything that you need, and all you have to focus on is today, the now. Do you have everything that you need now for today? A roof over your head? A meal on your table? You will be provided for. Nature. Interesting, this comes before Penelope. Penelope is about reunion. That's taken me to the film Penelope. She kind of hid away. She's looking for, I think, someone to marry. And who would have her? She has like the nose of a pig. Anyway, we have Pegasus, nature. This beautiful creature, because I'm feeling like this has been mental torture to the masculine here, that's made him hide away. I'm taken to the song Hideaway. I need a hideaway to make me run away. I need a hideaway to make me run away. Okay. Last night's story time was good. It spoke about finding solitude time. So hopefully that message is really going in. So it's like you need a hideaway so that you can have a think. This beautiful creature was born from the neck of the ugly Gorgon Medusa, who represents the primordial feminine. Pegasus is one of the group of winged horses called the Pegasi, and gave assistance to the gods and goddesses and pulled their chariots. Okay, so I feel like this is the assistance. There's no interference here from the Divine Feminine. But the gods are really helping to pull the Divine Masculine's chariot, his boat. It's like, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. It took me to story time last night because it was just, I felt the energy was very slow. Just reading that story, it was just, okay, let's carry on. The superheroes of ancient Greece sometimes used Pegasus to defeat dangerous beasts, reminding us that Mother Nature has two sides on her. One can be dark, untamed and frightening, whilst the other blesses us with beautiful animals that can assist us. Okay, two sides I want to say two sides to the feminine. Very dark, feminine energy. Very light, feminine energy. One can be dark, untamed and frightening, whilst the other blesses us with beautiful animals that can assist us. And I said that it feels like there was an animal that was being sent. When presented with either, perhaps we should remember our caretaker role and act responsibly towards animals and the planet. So this is really kind of taking us more towards blessing us with beautiful animals that can assist us, more of the light energy. This card reminds you of the beauty and power of nature and the creatures of the earth, both magical and real. Perhaps you could take out who? Perhaps you could take out this karmic. There's none of those kind of shenanigans going on in our realm. The divine, just the gods will deal with it. Okay. So perhaps you could take time out to appreciate wild or domestic animals and thank Mother Nature for her beauties, or you may seek assistance and support from the magical Pegasi, as the Greeks did. This feminine has helped to ground the masculine in, so she's been a major part of highlighting the darkness to the masculine to help him to see the light. We should show appreciation for the roles that we've been sent to fulfill. We've all been somebody's karmic partner. Okay. Aeroplane. How many did we have for the next part? I think it was these two. We're going to take those two. We're looking into the future now. So we have balance with this. Okay. Let's look into the future. Possibilities for the future, about 6 months' time. Should we have a look and see where this connection is in about 6 months? Where the masculine is, I actually feel this isn't him come charging into the divine feminine, that's already occurred. This is the two of you getting ready for mission work. You're already on it. This masculine is very stable. Okay. So I feel like this situation would have dissolved by then. He's on mission with the Knight of Wands here. Okay, so he has I'm going to say a passion for purpose. Let's have a look at the other card. Nice balancing energy in the background with the water and the fire. What's keeping him so balanced? Should we have a look? Interesting. You, divine feminine. Okay, you're the one, divine feminine, that's got him through this. You're just focusing, you're like a mermaid. So I feel like it's your waters that are keeping him. I actually feel like the masculine is doing mission work solo here. You're focusing here on the Two of Cups. So it's like you're keeping him balanced. It's a very interesting energy. But I feel like actually the masculine's doing a lot of work. This might be you actually resting with the Five of Cups here. You're not focusing on the Three Cups knocked over. You're looking down at the Two of Cups. But it looks like you've been sent to rest. So you may have been working too hard and the masculine's taken over. And all you really need to do is to help him to direct his energy. You're doing a lot of directing here. It's like you're in your own little cove. So it's like you're in a sanctuary place. I do feel the masculine's with you. If you ever look at but it's like him who's going out. He's feeling ever so strong that he's like going out and facing, I don't know, the fires. This is the masculine at work. It feels like divine feminine. 6 months' time, you're like kind of taking lots of baths and you're being treated like a mermaid. The Little Mermaid. Under the sea. It's like, darling, it's better. Down where it's wetter. Take it from me. So this is situations that the divine masculine's wanting to deal with. And it's kind of like he's really protecting you. You can feel this energy here of him coming in. Because you're such a strong feminine, whereabouts is his position? Okay. Especially if he's been used to the energy of the karmic energy of kind of taking from him. So he's used to giving. So it's not going to feel natural for him to kind of come to you and like then have to do nothing and watch you take care of him. But you will be you're taking care of each other here. You're taking care of his emotional needs with the 5 of Cups. So whenever he's feeling emotionally lost, you're there. Let's have a look. Let's have a look in the book, are we? We're going to look in the book, 4 of Pentacles. Let's have a look in the book then. About 6 months' time. Now, I said I didn't feel the masculine was here with you. But I do feel there is communication. This here, though, is around Christmas time. I feel like he's sorted and organised by Christmas time. So if he's not actually with you in the physical, then that's what the build-up is for Christmas. It feels like he's stable, sturdy. Has he got a new home? This could be a new home for both of you. Because the message was about how are you going to spend the legacy? Is it really the divine feminine's place to set up home? Or is it a masculine's responsibility to make sure that that's all sorted out? So it feels like he's got a lot to do. You just need to focus on the 2 of Cups here. Okay. Should we have a look at the Lover's Oracle? Let's look at the Lover's Oracle. We'll just take that bird a piece. Possibilities for the future, about 6 months. A new beginning. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. Okay, I want to go to the 4 of Pentacles here. I want to read this card. An older man with grey and small round glasses sits alone. I picked up the spectacles. Okay. But also that he can see you. He is coming. And he's grown up. So an older man with grey hair and small round glasses sits alone. He is dressed in elegant, rich green and gold clothes. He sits perched on the stone front steps of his pretty cottage. That sounds nice. An arched and intricately carved wooden front door shut behind him. An herbal wreath hangs charmingly on the cottage door. Well, if it's a herbal wreath, then it's like he's been doing some smudging, using herbs, herbology. Maybe he's been looking into the arts, the mystical arts, because we're speaking about the divine feminine with tarot, but she's got some lavender on her lap here. So the herbs, it's a very soothing. It's like you warding off the demons. This is a nice fresh home. A cottage. The man looks a little suspicious as he hugs a golden pentacle to his chest. He hunches over another and has 2 more golden pentacles carefully tucked under each foot, as if he is afraid for anyone else to touch or try to take those pentacles away from him. His body language clearly shouts, "Mine." But it makes you wonder, is the man just an old penny-pinching miser? Could he simply be insecure and afraid? Or did he sacrifice his personal relationships in order to be successful and is now alone? I think so. I really do. Like the negative that you would pick up in that part, I'm using it as a positive. His body language, oh no, this part here. So he's got his hands on all his money. He's not sharing it, not with the wrong people anyway anymore. He's not allowed to. So the more that he keeps his well-deserved wealth to himself and uses it towards future developments for mission work, okay, this is a really good energy because the masculine's stopping others. He's wrapping up karma here. He's putting his foot down. And he looks a little suspicious as he hugs a golden pentacle to his chest. He hunches over another and has two more golden pentacles carefully tucked under each foot, as if he is afraid for anyone else to touch or try to take those pentacles away from him. They're reserved for the connection, Divine Feminine. His body language clearly shouts, "Mine," but it makes you wonder, is the man just an old penny-pinching miser? And this will be what karmic energies will view that as, penny-pinching. Selfish, not sharing anymore. Could he simply be insecure and afraid? Or did he sacrifice his personal relationships in order to be successful and is now alone? He's now alone so that everyone else is out of the picture that kind of drained from his resources. He's alone now to be able to share this as he chooses. Intriguingly, hanging on the man's front door is a pretty wreath of blooming honeysuckle. This herb is often worked into prosperity spells. The wealth itself, it says the wreath itself, is a symbol of the changing seasons and cycles of life. It directly contrasts with the man's resistance to change. It directly contrasts with the man's resistance to change. This is what he has changed, and that's what the contrast is now. It's pointing it out. Why does he cling so hard to those pentacles? What is he really guarding? His boundaries are up, and he does not want to come off those steps and interact with anyone. Perhaps he should listen more closely to the message from the honeysuckle in his wreath. For in the language of flowers, honeysuckle blossoms represent generosity. I felt you were getting messages, and I was feeling the energy of trees and flowers. Hey, apparently Prince Charles talks to his flowers, helps them to grow. So I'm feeling as if the Divine Masculine here could be connecting with nature and talking to nature. Because I said, you're not alone. So even, because I even have like a rose here. I'm not alone, that brings with it. It's not mine, it's Emily's. But it's been sitting there. And it takes me to a message. So when I look at it, it's a message. And I'm feeling that's what you're seeing is the beauty. Just inhaling all the beautiful scent. Now I feel like this masculine shut his door out. Really on the old world. And then they're not really going to be wanting to enter his new world. Which means that the Divine Feminine and him are quite safe behind these doors here. In their cute little cottage. Without anyone disturbing them. This is the energy of really, the masculine's like, leave me alone. Everyone, leave me alone. It's like, what is he really guarding? He's guarding his legacy. Because the legacy is not delivered until you are both clear, the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, that this is for the both of you. He's working this money now for the higher good. The meaning, when the Four of Pentacles comes knocking in a reading, It is a notice that someone is hanging on to something in an unhealthy way. Perhaps they are miserly or greedy and are holding tight to their money. Maybe they are abstinate. Is that how you say that word? Abstinate. So I'm feeling as if that's what this karmic energy does. Takes the divine masculine's money and I'll have that, and then you don't ever see it again. It's like, where's my money gone? Okay. Let's have a look at this word. Obstinate. Is that the word? Maybe they are obstinate. The writing's extremely big. Okay, it was like in bold text, large text. Obstinate. Okay. So the Four of Pentacles card warns, oh no, we need to go back a bit. Maybe they are obstinate. Obstinate? Obstinate, stubbornly refusing to change one's opinion or chosen course of action, despite attempts to persuade one to do so. Her obstinate determination to pursue a career in radio. Of an unwelcome situation, very difficult to change or overcome. So it feels very much as if the masculine's doing some serious blocking out here. And it's like it's for the best. It's like he's setting up home. It's a new beginning. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. Maybe they are obstinate and have withheld their emotions. Possibly this last example is the case if the Hermit card shows up in the reading as well. Okay. The Four of Pentacles card warns of a resistance to change. So now that you have confirmation, know that change is good. Embrace the changes in your world. Relax and breathe. You may have accomplished your goals, but you are not enjoying them. Remember that nothing is fixed. Everything is in motion. Accept this and move forward. It is time to lower your boundaries a bit. Reconnect with friends and family and find the joy in your life again. Keywords: resistance to change, solitude, unhealthy boundaries, accomplishing your goals but remaining unhappy. Obstinacy, the need to relax and accept change gracefully. I'm just checking out this word here, which I can't seem to be able to spell. Stubbornness. Obstinacy. The quality or condition of being obstinate. Stubbornness. His reputation for obstinacy. So the divine masculine is being quite stubborn here. He's not budging. I feel it's all in the direction of the good though, guys. So, okay. The need to relax and accept change gracefully. I've got one more. Oh, whereabouts did I use all the cards? Did I? I pulled all three of them. How's that? Okay, well. Should we go to some oracle cards? There's a lot of movement for the masculines over the next 6 months. He's preparing, he's setting up home for the divine feminine. He's receiving his legacy as long as he's not giving it away. Your connection is being healed. He's preparing to fill that void that he's created. So that's why he's created a void. Okay. Yeah, you have everything that you need, and soon you will have everything that you want. All you need is love. Should we look at the bottom of the deck now? All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. Okay. I'm actually feeling a karmic energy to this. I'm feeling a bit of a stalker energy. That the karmic, it feels like she's double jointed, twisted. She's twisted. She's double twisted. I don't really like the angle. She looks like a bit of a Barbie doll. That's anyway. There's a stalk there, so it could have something to do with babies. I don't know. The stalk brings in the babies, but she's just pouring away. I don't know, her life. That's what I feel. And it's like she's not even looking at the star here. She's just looking on this jug of what she's pouring away. So, yeah, I'm not too sure about that. That's probably why I wasn't drawn to look at the bottom of the deck. But we will have a look at some messages from heaven. Communication cards. They say it's going to be a lovely day. Lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. It's like the energy of let's start today then on our lovely day, our lovely life. I'm doing this myself at the moment, so I have like, okay, this is how I'm viewing it, because I'm packing up to move. And it's like, okay, I have old earth and I have new earth. What's coming into old earth? What am I going to carry through and take with me? And what's not? So it's like there's not going to be much coming with me into new earth. So what am I going to do with the old earth? It's time to wrap up old earth so that we can actually move into new earth now. And that's my mentality. It's like my new life. What am I actually taking with me? Okay, it says we will light the path to new possibilities for your future. Stay aware. Card number 32. There is another card under here. I would say most definitely, if you can, try and stare into like a tea light candle, into the flame of a candle. Okay, for 15 minutes. I would say take the advice, the guidance of yesterday's story time. Or it probably was actually earlier on because I left it uploading when I went to bed. So that I've kind of uploaded today, let's say that. And it speaks about taking at least like, I think it's 15 minutes, practice meditation. And just silent meditation, guys. Then you've got so much kind of directed meditation you can find on YouTube. But what's wrong with actually just sitting in silence? Okay, for 15 minutes a day. And just see what comes through. We will guide, we know this, we will light the path to new possibilities for your future. Stay aware. Card number 32, which add them together, and you've got a grumbling belly apparently. It's the number of transition. From one way of living into another way of living. It says, watch for signs that you are being guided. Opportunities await you in either your home life or your career. Make choices for exciting new possibilities. Select that which feels right to you. They want to tell you, we will show you the way. Perfect. A whole new world. Card number 5. Bear's come out of his cave. We're helping to bring a little luck your way. You deserve it. And like I said, now maybe you understand how it works. Okay. When it comes to whether or not you're a lucky boy or you're feeling a little bit unlucky at the moment. Okay. You deserve it. Card number 5. Sometimes we struggle on and nothing seems to go our way. Well, that time has come to an end. Your loved ones are stepping in to help. They are saying, we are here for you. We're helping to make things right. Be ready as we bring good news. And why should men on earth be so sad, since our Redeemer made them glad? News of good joy, news of great mirth. I think that's it. News of the... Oh, I don't know the words. Something about for the king's birth. And look, 2 wedding rings. They're not on the wedding hand, they're being prepared. The hand of the divine. It's a sacred marriage here. We support you as you cleanse and clear both inside and out. Card number 34 brings us to a 7. I've gone to 7. Your intuition is strong. We are reaching out to help. Your own natural psychic ability is spot on at this time. You are being supported from the other side and are aware of that connection. Continue to listen to that inner voice. It is serving you well at this time. Let's go to 34. The objects you surround yourself with can be heavy energy-wise and really weigh you down. They can't come into New Earth. You get the idea? Little backpack, really. Maybe a suitcase. Not too much. It's like, really, seriously, you're going to take all that kind of junk that you no longer need or want. The memorabilia. Okay. Take photographs. Digital photographs. Make sure you've got a photo then. It's an easy way to store all your precious memories. So we support you as you cleanse and clear both inside and out. The objects you surround yourself with can be heavy energy-wise and really weigh you down. Do you still own belongings that you inherited and you don't even like? Have you gathered too much stuff around you as a type of emotional protection? Surrounding yourself with things that you love or that you find useful on your life journey will free you up to move forward. Your loved ones say, we give permission to let go of things that no longer serve your best interest. So you need to surround yourself with the things that you love or that you find useful on your life journey. And this will free you up, guys, to be able to move forward. Archangel Oracle cards. News of the merciful king's birth. Merciful king's birth. Okay. That's the good news that's coming. Let's have a look at the Archangel Oracle guidance. A life review, of course. Take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. Guys, can you see where this is going over the next 6 months? Are you understanding what you're needing to do? Who you're needing to be? What your position is within this? Let's have a look at this life review. And this card, we can take this card. Old Earth, New Earth. What's coming forward? Chop, chop. We've only got really to the end of this year to get all this sorted. It takes courage to look at your life, yet if done with compassion and a sense of humour, you'll grow and learn from a life review. I'll help you take stock of where you've been. We'll look at what you've learned and how these lessons are a valuable asset for today and tomorrow. We'll also notice life patterns that aren't serving your highest good, and we'll take steps to release those patterns. Bring it on! Working with... I just added that in, it doesn't say bring it on. Bring it on! Working with Archangel Jeremiah, one of Jeremiah's purposes is to help newly crossed over souls review their lives. Newly crossed over souls. So, okay, you know that there's a new earth, you know you're going there, you need to wrap up old earth now. So, one of Jeremiah's purposes is to help newly crossed over souls review their lives. He also helps those who are still living to make life reviews. Take time soon to be alone and ask Jeremiah to help you review where you've been, what you've learned, what patterns you're ready to release, and what you're grateful for in your life. Breathe. You need to work on that as well. Breathing. Spoke about that in bedtime story time. You know if you're breathing correctly, if your abdomen is moving. Okay, good technique within that. Let's go to breathe. I can hear a phone vibrating upstairs, so it's a little clonk here of you need to focus on your breathing. Take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. Often during times of stress, you may unconsciously hold your breath. Yet, as you know, breath is essential to oxygenating your mind, body, spirit, and very life. Write a note to yourself to breathe as a reminder of the importance of invigorating yourself with deep and steady breaths. Make trips to places where fresh air is plentiful. You'll also notice an increase in air quality when you're near water, such as the beach or a lake. Even taking a shower or bath puts you in touch with the positive ions associated with water and air. Working with Archangel Raphael. Raphael's name means whom God heals, and he is known as the healing angel in charge of physical healings for all living beings. Often Raphael gives us divine guidance, intuition, thoughts, ideas, dreams, and so on, about how we can participate in keeping our bodies healthy. So you can pick up there that you are being spoken to. Okay. So often Raphael gives us divine guidance, intuition, thoughts, ideas, dreams, and so on, about how we can participate in keeping our bodies healthy. When you call upon Raphael for a healing, pay attention to inner impressions and be sure to follow through upon guidance that calls you to take action. And breathe. And your prayers. Clear your vibes. Live your joy. Thank you, angels, for supporting me as I follow my journey. This is the energy of the divine feminine. That's all, as Abraham would sing, joy is the key. So live your joy. It is the key. You're here to enjoy yourself and your life and your being, your beingness. Your guardian angel is encouraging you to follow your heart at this time. Do what makes your heart sing. Do what makes you smile. Do what makes you dance and rejoice. Living your joy is so important. It is truly your only purpose here. If you're wondering what you're supposed to do with your life, then this card is showing you that you are to choose the pathway that is filled with joy and happiness. That's all. It is the key to inner peace. The expanded interpretation. If you find yourself sad and drained at the moment, take some time to do what makes you feel alive, whether it be a hobby or simply spending time with a loved one. You're being encouraged to do it now. Anything that makes you feel blessed, filled with energy and alive is your joy, and today is the day to live your joy. When you do this, you will draw positive and loving experiences into your life that will wash away the darkness. Jumping for joy. Enchanted map. Whoa, there's a card here. Golden Palace. Then we've got some cards here. That's cool. Okay, let's look at the Golden Palace. 23 brings us to that 5 again. Something's most definitely transitioning, transpiring. 23. There is always enough. The Golden Palace card represents good fortune, ambitions fulfilled, wealth and prosperity. It may also indicate emotional fulfillment, as perhaps you're entering a time of happiness that's long overdue. The message here is that self-worth isn't measured by what you have, no matter how abundant your life is. Instead, it comes from what you are, how authentically you're living your life, and how much love you're willing to share. Granted, receiving this card does indicate material gain and a furthering of tangible rewards, but things come and go, and knowing your true value leads to even greater riches now. Share the wealth. Joy is the key. Let's have a look at these cards. We have Ghostlands. Number 17. Let me have a look at the story first. Ghostlands, coming apart. Okay, so that will really be about going really quiet. Feels like the energy of the hermit, withdrawing himself emotionally, the divine masculine, very cold, coming apart from his old life. Field of Dreams. That's nice. This card works with the gentle gardener, okay, to make these dreams come true now. This is New Earth. Magical map shifter. So we're now moving into, we're designing New Earth because we've got Wizard of Awareness. I'm seriously going to read all this. He's listening. He's listening. I'm not going to read all these. I'll read the quotes to them. Sad embrace in reverse. And intention in reverse. This is very much an intended thing, like the masculine pulling himself out of his old life, actually blatantly ignoring people. Okay, creating this new earth, and is very aware that he needs to listen as he's being directed. Let's read the quotes. 17. Ghostlands. You can learn from the past and imagine a beautiful future, but you must live in the here and now. Coming apart. Now is the time to take separate paths. 21. Your thoughts, feelings and beliefs are always engaging the vast field of pure potential. This year, 21. Your thoughts, feelings and beliefs are always engaging the vast field of pure potential. Magical map shifter, 52. So I'm calling out bingo numbers, lottery numbers. Spirit orchestrates everyone's destiny. 3, Wizard of Awareness. Your soul knows best. Be still and observe. 53. An open heart will hear the message. 20. Oh, I'm going to 22 first. Someone trying to source out and address out there. Deliberate, clear intentions have the power to change your world. Sad embrace. Loss is a part of life. Let go and allow time to heal you. I do want to read these cards here. Let's start with 45 because it was actually in reverse. Are you suffering over your suffering? Do you feel that life is treating you unfairly and that you've been robbed or deprived of what you're entitled to? Do you long for a love that eludes you or the success that has been bestowed upon others? Righteous anger and a sense of entitlement lead to a trap of ego. Your suffering and loss will pass if you let them. If you hold on to your perception of unfairness, then you'll find yourself in its tight grip, unable to breathe freely. The only solution is to drop your victim stance and embrace the sadness so that it may dissipate naturally in time. Trials and tribulations build character, which is its own gift. Find something to be grateful for and take responsibility for your part in all matters. However painful it may be to sit with your sadness, remember that you are loved and will not be left adrift forever. Have faith, for this too shall pass. You are not a victim, only a traveller on a hero's journey. It's okay to be disappointed for now, but know that someday you'll look back and see great value in this experience. It's like a net in here, it's like a web. It's like it's got like a fishing net, I'm not sure. Would you like to swing on a star? Oh, oh, carry moonbeams home in a jar. This could be like his little bag. His little bag that he's taken to New Earth. It's sad to say goodbye. 22, intention. We have this owlia. An ear. The ear of an owl. If you have the head of an owl, you can see in all directions, can't you? Okay. 22. Deliberate, clear intentions have the power to change your world. As you clear, it doesn't say that, but it says, are you clear about your intentions? Or are you in a foggy state of denial about your true motives and or ambitions? This is a time to step back and gain perspective and clarity about your direction. Check your motives and ask if they are sincere. Are you pursuing some goal blindly without asking its cost? Good intentions are being misinterpreted. Now is a time for self-evaluation and self-nurturing. You will benefit greatly if you take time out to regroup. Let's end with a Rumi message. Let's take time out to regroup. That's a perfect title. Taking time out so that we can regroup. this say? Passion of the Wild Red Mother. Okay. The All-Encompassing Hand, card number 20. This comes after Sacred Union. Sacred Union is beforehand 19. Ghostlands is like 17. It's pointing to nearly being at 18. I could have a look and see what the messages are. What's 17? Because I feel like we just passed that one, that lesson. We're coming towards 18 now. 19, Sacred Union. And 20 is the All-Encompassing Hand. So what was message 19? No, 17. 17 is the human gift. Okay. It's like we've received that. Okay. The poem to that is, O heart, what is your excuse for all these blunders? Such loyalty is offered by the beloved, yet so much treason comes from you. Such kindness is offered by the beloved, yet so much defiance and resistance comes from you. Such grace is offered by the beloved, yet so much fault and failure comes from you. Such attraction is offered by the beloved, with sweetness and generosity, yet such jealousy comes from you, with so much doubt and suspicion. Okay, so we've gone past that phase. Then we have the new gown, 18. And this is really, I feel like, it's pointing really whereabouts we are. We're just about to pop on this new gown. Weary and consumed by longing, I was caressed by my beloved last night. My wounded soul, was set free when I tasted the sweetness of love. My spirit was lifted at once. I surrendered my life while overflowing with joy, and my vision was filled with light. It's beautiful. My spirit was lifted at once. I surrendered my life while overflowing with joy, and my vision was filled with light. Love said, don't feel so hopeless, my weary and gloomy one, for my generosity is beyond forgetting those devoted to me. See how boundless divine justice can be. Behold my immeasurable kindness. Love embraced my spirit, and all my doubts vanished at once. A new and glorious robe of honour was placed on my shoulders. Love offered me the power of new vision and the transforming touch of divine generosity, and placed the chalice of eternal wine in my hand. Rumi. Sacred Union is 19. Only the oneness of love and the lover is eternal. Surrender your heart into this union, for all else in this world is momentary. Rumi. And here we are. 20, the all-encompassing hand. You are the essence of my existence. Who am I? A mirror in your hand. Whatever you do, I will do. I am your irresistible reflection. With every breath, I feel my heart. My goodness. I don't know what happened to my sinuses then. It's like my nasal passage has become blocked. Okay. With every breath, I feel my heart is beating with yours. In your joy, I am exuberant. In your sadness, I am in sorrow. If you are bitter, I become bitter. If you are grace, I become grace. My joy is when I am bewildered in your beauty and taste the sweetness of love on your lips. If I pick a rose without you, it becomes a thorn in my hand. If I am the thorn, I become the rose in your hand. Rumi. I have held your hand in mine for so long that I have long since ceased to distinguish where your sacred flesh once felt separate from mine. This sacred grasp pulses with love divine, and there is one hand, holding and held, one being, loving and loved, though we may appear to be less ecstatic angels to be two. The love that gives us this handfast, beloved, is so powerful we could spin the entire universe upon its axis, and still our hands would be joined, gently and yet enduringly, in unfailing love and sublime friendship. Perhaps you are in need of reassurance, dearest one. Perhaps you have been feeling somewhat alone on your path, or struggling with a matter deep within your precious, beautiful heart, and speaking of it to no one. Such loneliness that can foster in the heart, with no other to bear witness to your life experience. You may question your life, your sanity, your truths, and create doubt where no doubt need be. This must stop now. You are worthy of so much more, and this suffering is not essential for your growth now. It is time to let it be, and to open up to the touch of grace. So this oracle comes to you as the hand of the divine. It is the all-encompassing hand, the hand that has no limitation upon the blessings it can bestow, upon the troubles it can lift from you, upon the tenderness it can communicate to you through sacred touch. Allow that divine hand to reach for you, beloved. Do not turn it away. Do not let old shame, guilt, or mistaken notions of false independence keep you from accepting this heavenly hand. This hand reaches to gently wipe away tears of the past. It will deftly unravel the ties that have bound your own hands, preventing you from fully giving and receiving according to your worth, which is incontestable and without limit. This divine hand will reach for you in your meditations, your sleep, and your prayers. It will reach for you through life circumstances, through the smile or hug you receive from another, or the touch of another human being. It will reach you through through the song of a bird, the falling of leaves, the soft fur of a beloved pet, through song lyrics that seem to speak what you are feeling deep inside, or the colourful dress of the stranger across the street who catches your eye and makes you smile. This divine hand is reaching for you now through this oracle. Yes, says the great beloved, I am reaching for you. Yes, I know you. You are my own. I would never abandon you. Perhaps you have turned from me unknowingly, forgotten how much I love you because the world is in a forgetful daze too, and ignores the caress of the breeze, the joyful acknowledgement of every sunrise, and the reverence made radiant in every sunset. Life is the touch bestowed by my hand. Shall you receive me? Let me love you. Let me restore your soul and remind you there is nothing to fear now. Come, lay down your weapons in your fear for this moment. Quit using that mouth to cry for war or to cry in despair. Bring yourself to my table and use that mouth to taste some bold and rich wine instead. Enjoy with me in this moment the unbreakable bond that lies between us. Allow me to bring the cup of wine to your lips. Behind your head, so gently, lies my all-encompassing hand. Know the peace of my love. So deeply can it register with you now that you shall never again forget it. This oracle comes with a particular message for you. There may be a situation or circumstance in your life that you feel is somehow unable to be solved. This oracle, it's all gone dark, okay, not for you, it went dark this side. There may be a situation or circumstance in your life that you may feel is somehow unable to be solved. This oracle comes with reassurance that there is nothing beyond the reach of the divine hand of grace. All can be solved, all can be resolved. There is always a higher, better, more beautiful outcome possible. You are asked to pray using the sacred honouring ritual and to do so with conviction. The divine has this situation in hand and all is unfolding as it should be. Ask for help each day by saying, I ask for help this day in all ways through unconditional love. Thank you. You can be more specific in your request, asking for help in a particular relationship or project too if you wish. The divine wants to lend you a hand. You must ask for help first, however, so ask. Empower that all-powerful hand of grace to bless your life and all circumstances, relationships and situations that have been or are yet to be for you. Okay, let's do the sacred honouring ritual. Place one hand resting upon the other with palms joined together. Say aloud, through the loving grace of Rumi, brother of my soul who loves me without condition, these hands are now blessed as the hands of the lover and the beloved, as the one divine hand all-encompassing. I am blessed, protected, nurtured and received. I am touched by the divine with compassionate mercy and loving tenderness. I call on the hand of grace to touch, heal, bless and protect all aspects of myself and my life journey. Through divine grace, so be it. Simply rest with your hands in the same posture for several moments, then finish your ritual. If you wish, you may continue by speaking in prayer to the divine and offer up any issue or concern you have. Give it a voice. It doesn't matter how small or major the issue may seem. Talk it over with the great beloved, a wonderful and responsive listener. When you are finished, place your hands in prayer, bow your head, and simply say thank you. You have completed your sacred honouring ritual. Card number 21, Sacred Phoenix Heart. Under the cover of blood, love veils many rose gardens. In total faith, love tenderly guides every lover to the garden of the heart. Reason says the world is limited in 6 directions. There is no way out. Love says there is a way, and I have travelled it many times. Rumi. Let me show you. Let me show you love. Let me show you. 1 hour, 33 minutes and 27 seconds. Okay, guys, thank you for being here. I will catch up with you soon. Take care. Much love. Bye for now.